be of some help to people who are going through the same thing, who just need someone that can relate to them.
We have 5 children. We have two daughters, Brittany and Haley, and we have 3 sons, Joseph and Lance and Ian.
It seemed like we were going 100 miles an hour. Soccer games, track, cross-country meets, soccer tournaments. It was a typical busy time.
As all teenagers try to burn the midnight oil, she was starting to get a bit of a cold. And the next day she went to church. She had to play for the choir, and she said, "Mom, I just don't feel well." Now, as soon as she was done accompanying the choir, she had to come home. And that was the beginning of her being just so sick and not wanting to get out of bed. There was something obviously wrong. Somewhere in about 2 weeks into it, she started to complain about stomach pains. And we thought, we've got to get help for her. They did the gastric emptying scan, and from that scan they discovered she has gastroparesis. For any kind of food to digest through her stomach, it takes 452 minutes. So when food goes inside and water, it goes down very painfully. Water feels like broken glass going in through her esophagus. After only 1 or 2 bites, she would feel like she'd had a 4-course meal. Since April, they diagnosed her with a secondary condition called POTS. And the POTS is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, where whenever she gets upright or stands up, her heart rate goes flying through the roof and her blood pressure drops. So since about July, she hasn't wanted to get out of bed anymore.
I just live in bed all day. That's my daily life.
So we knew after they did the gastric scan what she had, but boy, we were just about to find out what that really meant.
But this life, it could never break you, 'cause you've got something special in your eyes.
You know, we sat down one evening for family home evening, and we looked at, we said, look, who is coming to visit Haley? So we started writing down names of people who had been here and visited, and it was 2 pages, front and back, 3 columns.
And I am able to talk to lots of people that suffer with the same thing, and it's good to know that I'm not the only one that deals with such a hard thing. My purpose isn't just to find a cure for me, but to find a cure for other people who are dealing with the same thing or worse. The best way to do that is start with creating awareness about it and getting the word out about something that isn't very known. I want it to be easier for people down the road so they don't have to suffer like I've had to. They say that 5 million people suffer with it, but it goes without a cure.
This is a big deal. Nobody has gone overboard to do stuff for us. We've tried to do a lot on our own, but I mean, when you're dealing with something so chronic and scary, that people reach out like this means it